Good morning, this is Kurt Berglund, and I have trouble holding paper. No, I have a new baseball sim for your enjoyment today. It's called Field Day Baseball, produced by Greg Sovan, who you know as the creator of not only Fall Classic Baseball, but also Field Day, but also Play Ball Baseball. And if my brain would work, things would go much, much smoother. And it's currently available. I want to walk through what you get when you purchase the game and do a little bit of an instructional video, and then come back and do a walkthrough of a game for you in a week or so of Field Day Baseball, which is currently available, and all of the ordering information is in the description for this video. And Greg has set up a Delphi forum for Field Day Baseball as well to help with rules questions or any other types of questions you might have, and to build community. So Greg has gone above and beyond, as usual, for Field Day Baseball. Let's walk through the components that you get when you order this game through ASG, the ASG website. The 1961 season is what is currently available for you. Let's go through the parts. All right, first we're going to start with the ordering alternatives. If you are a PDF kind of person, or if you're just wanting to try the game out and see what it's like, you can get a free download at the ASG website. And again, the link for that is going to be in the description for this video. The free download includes rules, charts, 2 free teams, a score sheet, and a 40-page tutorial that goes through how to play the game in covering pretty much all of the different scenarios that you might face in a game. This is for free at the ASG website. That link will be in the description for this video. You can also order a PDF of the download for the 1961 entire season for Major League Baseball, as I'm kicking over things left and right. That cost is $19.97, also available at the ASG website. Or if you prefer printed materials, you can get the 1961 season in print form for $49.97, the rule book and the charts that you need for the game printed for $9.97, and there are also fast action cards available for the game for $19.97. if you choose to use those as well. But you wouldn't have to if you didn't want to. They're optional. All right, so you have 2 ways to go. One is to print these materials yourself. The other is to buy the printed versions, depending upon how you want to go. And all of the ordering info that you need is in the description for the video. Don't forget the Delphi forum for Field Day. You can join that as well and start being part of the Field Day community as well. Now, there are other seasons in the works. Greg Sovan is very quick on developing other seasons, and so you could expect those coming pretty rapidly. All right, so if you download the game, what do you get? That's the question on America's mind. So let's pull back a little bit, and I will show you. Charts that go with the game look like this. So you print these out. This is your strategy page. It includes information about how to perform a sacrifice bunt. You have 2 versions, 2 ways to go with that. You can do the hit and run as well, looking at this page. So you have your sacrifices and hit and runs on this page. This is what your X52 error chart looks like. It is an opportunity for a player, a batter, to get a hit and then an additional error on that play. So there is a hit, that's automatic, but then what could additionally happen is that there is an error that would allow a batter or the base runners or both to take extra bases on that play. It's an X52 error chart. This is a wonderful chart because it uses color extremely well to get across the point. This is a runner advancement chart on groundouts. This is a rare case in this game where you may have to roll a second time to resolve an at-bat. The vast majority of these do not, at-bats do not resolve that way. Just with one roll is all you're going to need. Here you have a fly-out advanced table as well. And then this is how lineouts are handled for base runner advancements or base runners being doubled up as well. On this page, you get a chart. Again, note the wonderful use of color. This is what run on arm looks like. You have a couple of different options for that, and then you have a chart for rundowns. So runners can be thrown out trying to advance using this chart. These are field day charts. If you roll a 54 on a batter outcome card, on a batter card, you roll a 54, what happens? And there's a lot of different, I hesitate to call them rare plays, but there's a lot of different outcomes that could happen depending upon where the runners happen to be and what you happen to roll. And again, if you buy or download the FACs, you can I guess the FACs, it looks like, are only available by hard copy now that I'm looking at it. But if you use the fast action cards, you would eliminate the use of this chart. So that's a couple of pages. And then if you roll a 51, 52, or 53, what happens? These are different types of challenges for errors and range checks. So you may have to get to the kitchen and check the range. This tells you how runners advance depending upon where the out is made. These are the charts for the game. These are the extra pages. That's it. Everything else is contained on the batter cards themselves. We'll look at those in a moment. All right, when you download the instructions, these are what the instructions look like. They are 8 pages. No, I'm wrong. I can't count. There are 7 pages of instructions, and then there's another page that talks about how to use the fast action cards. I don't consider those instructions, but depending upon how you count, you've either got 7 pages or 8 pages. You're getting to play this game pretty quickly after download, I gotta tell you. All right, so what do the instructions do? Well, they walk you through, and we'll do this in more detail in a separate video, but they walk you through the different outcomes that you could get in the game based off of what the batter's card tells you to do. Now, this game is focused on batter cards, but the pitcher has an impact on every potential roll that you have. Everything, or the vast majority of your information is contained here, but the pitcher can have an impact on it. Where you see question marks on these cards, there is a pitcher potential impact. And looking here at Bobby Richardson's card, it would be an awful lot, or defense on some of these question marks, but you have an awful lot of batter-pitcher interaction. And we know, of course, that's the sexy term now in baseball sims, but you get a lot of it in field day baseball because the pitcher ratings impact how these potential hits or walks or strikeouts turn out. Not a re-roll of the dice, but a rating for the pitcher in these attributes. Okay? The directions take you through. Each number is in red. You look at the description for what that turns into or could turn into, and you get those results. So if you can understand Bobby Richardson's card here from the directions and how that's used, you're, I would say, 80% or more of the way toward being able to get through your first game very, very quickly. Page 2 of the instructions goes through pitcher ratings. Now, pitcher ratings are handled a little bit differently in this game because they are done on a separate sheet, a roster sheet, and all of your pitcher ratings are with the pitcher's name, and then you look in blue for how those ratings impact specific roles on the batter's card. So for example, let's say on the batter's card you roll a 41. Well, a 41 is a possible walk. You look at the pitcher's walk rating and decide if it's between 1 and 6. If it is, then Richardson draws the walk. Notice you're not re-rolling a die. You're looking at the pitcher's rating. If he doesn't walk, it's a fly out to right field in this case. So where is that? Well, the pitcher's rating, let's say Jim O'Toole was your Reds pitcher, and maybe you're replaying the 1961 World Series. And you've rolled a 41, and Richardson's walk rating is a 1 to 6. You look at Jim O'Toole's walk rating, and it's a 3. So sure enough, Bobby Richardson will draw the walk in that case. And that's it. So what you're looking for on your roster sheet, and there's one of these for each team, of course, in the 1961 season. This is where you get your pitcher ratings on that roster sheet, and this is what these look like. Goes into full detail on pitcher ratings on page 2 of the instructions. Defense, same thing. You're going to have in the game certain opportunities, and again, if we go back to Bobby Richardson's card, there will be certain opportunities depending upon what you roll. For example, maybe you roll a 53, then you have an opportunity for a to hit the defense chart based on the player's defense where the ball is hit. And we'll go into more detail on that when we actually do a walkthrough of a game, but everything for defense is covered on page 3 of the instructions. All right, page 4 of the instructions deals with base runner advancement as well as base stealing. Everything for that covered here on page 4. And then you have sort of an amalgamation of all of the other rules that you need on pages 5 and 6. And, there's the fast action page, page 7. This is how to use these. You can also use the fast action flipper for free at the website that's provided for you here at Lewis Research. So you can go for free on the fast action cards if you don't want to print them. So you really have I misspoke before, you have 6 pages of instructions, plus you have a 7th page of how to use the fast action cards. What do the cards look like when you print them? Well, first thing is you have to remember you're printing a team roster sheet. It goes over all of your defensive ratings that you have in one neat area. It's laid out for you by position, really. I mean, you can imagine left field being here, center field, right field, and then they go across the diamond. First base, second base, shortstop, third base, and your catchers are down there. There are ballpark effects in the game listed for you on each team roster sheet. And then all of your pitcher ratings, your entire pitching staff is listed. All of the players who can play each position are listed there. So if you don't want to spend time writing down defensive ratings onto your score sheet, you may if you wish. But if you don't want to do that, all you have to do is refer to your your roster sheet and your defensive ratings that are there, and you're in good shape for that. There is also a score sheet for your use that is produced for Field Day Baseball. It's good in the sense that what it accommodates are your pitcher ratings. So if you want to have your pitcher ratings available to you on your score sheet, it would make your footprint a little bit smaller, and you can still keep track of your game and have your cards in your hand, and you're ready to roll. All right, what do the cards look like? Well, they print on sheets of 8 batter cards per page. And so what you have, for example, for this particular team, this is the 61 Dodgers. Note the use again of color to flag certain outcomes on the batter cards. The 61 Dodgers have 5 pages. I think 1 or 2 of the teams has 6 printed pages. I have not cut up these sheets because I haven't printed them on cardstock yet, but you could certainly do that, and they would be about the size of a Fall Classic card. Stats for defense are below the roll outcomes. You need 2 D6s for the game. You can see, looking at Charlie Neal's card, you go from 11 to 66 in possible outcomes. Below Charlie Neal's offensive ratings, you have his defensive error rating and range ratings. And then you also have a very brief listing of his stats, including his splits for offense at the bottom of the card. Every batter gets a base running rating, which is Y or X or blank. No, that's not right. Y or X or Z, or it could be X with an exclamation mark. And I think that's it. I'll check that out. And then you have which way the batter bats. Maury Wills, of course, is switch hitter. That's how that's managed. And I had another point, but it's gone. Okay, so what you need to roll are your 2 D6s, your batter cards, and then your team roster sheet or your score sheet with the pitcher ratings filled in that you can refer to quickly. But these roster sheets are very, very handy. I like them because they're easy to navigate. You get a full sense of who it is that you have available. You can cross people off as you use them if you'd like to do that. There's team information, including, interestingly, the Pythagorean information for that team's performance in that particular season. You get the manager, the team record, but then you also get the ballpark effects. At the bottom of the page in green is your roles for when ballpark effects are called into play as well. All right, so that is a very brief, very quick overview of a brand new game available for you. ASG website has all the ordering information. and the downloads for free for you to sample the game for free. Did I mention it's free for you to try this game and see what you think? I'm going to come back in about a week with a full game tutorial for you to show you how it works. I'm Kurt Berglund. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel. I need your support to keep my channel going, my friends, and I do appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow with more baseball and sports sim stuff for you. Thanks much. Hope you have a wonderful day. So long, everybody.